Well, the Nigerian government may demand about $10 billion as a retribution from Binance amid a crackdown on the crypto exchange platform in what's been seen as a move to salvage the value of the country's local currency. According to President Tinubu's special advisor, Bayo Onanuga, Binance profited substantially from what he called its illegal transactions in Nigeria, while the country suffered huge losses. The Office of the National Security Advisor had confirmed that the crypto exchange platform was being investigated. The Nigerian government had detained 2 executives of Binance amid efforts to stabilize the country's foreign exchange market, while Binance has said it is not in discussions with Nigeria over the possibility of paying up the fine.
Right, we're joined now by Paul Alaje, Chief Economist, SPM Professionals. Thank you so much. Good to see you on Newsnight tonight. Let's start from the top story with the Central Bank of Nigeria revoking the licenses of over 4,000 Bureau de Change operators. Some would say about 5,000 is already unwieldy. But what do you make of this latest move by the CBN? Is it a welcome development?
Well, I can say that I think what the central bank is trying to do is to stop every form of BDCs that is not regulated by the Apex Bank. Before now, people have been confused as to is BDC parallel market or is it not parallel market? So what they are trying to do is to create a regulated market, from my understanding, out of what is happening on the street. So if you're qualified with the 2 billion as mentioned by Mr. Cardoso's team, you now become a national BDC regulated license. And if you could do 500 million, then you will be with 3 branches maximum for a state. Any other BDC will now be termed an illegal entity, whether it used to be registered or is not yet registered. So legally speaking, this is what the decision of central bank is saying. Now, what is the economics of it? Economics, we go to what is the implication of supply, what's the implication of demand. I've seen the few numbers of BDC registered by the central bank, and that was why I said the bar might be too high, so that we don't discover there is high level of barrier to entry because of money. But all of these people that have been registered, are businesses functioning over the years, what are we going to do to them? You know, in terms of employment they have, in terms of the businesses structures they build over the years. If they are registered, remember it was less than 50 million that was deposited with central bank in the last dispensation about 2015-2016 under Governor Emefiele. Now it's being multiplied by 10 to about 500 million. So how do they raise that kind of money? So I understand the place of weeding our market away from those illicit traders and so on and so forth, which I completely support. But my concern is, how do we have, because when you go to the banks, it's really very difficult
to get the dollars.
To get dollars, especially for transaction. I think central bank started it by saying the BDCs will be integrated to an e-platform of the central bank. Even if you want to import, whatever you want to do, you'll be integrated. Which one of the things, the advantages bank have. Even though central bank may still want to call them non-valid, I don't know if the methodology or the nomenclature will change right now. But taking 4,000 plus out of the market by issuing a circular, the question is, where is the replacement? The total number of BDCs registered, do they have the national spread? If they don't, the system forbid vacuum. How are we sure that those BDC, their group, individual, they have a union, from what I know, that they will not leave zone 4 and go to zone 15 or zone 14 and start operating? How are we going to, so my point here is, before we start making some of these policy, it's important we see them end to end, because we have to be very careful with this, so that what we thought we could reverse does not now work against us. As if they unionize against the government, it may have a lot of implication. But that does not mean anyone that sabotages the economy should not be punished, because the action of every evildoers in the economy is affecting me, even though I mean good for the economy. But I'm saying that Because, you know, the president used an analogy in Lagos, and I watched very carefully when he said, when you look at the mirror, it reflects back that corruption fights back.
Right.
Have we been able to simulate how possible fight back will be before you start a battle? So that when it comes, we are sure that we can have consistent improvement and it doesn't backfire on the nation.
And Paul, does it also come to you as perhaps the government understands what it is dealing with? Because first and foremost,
I'm not very sure government knows.
Okay, good. Because first and foremost, it is not the everyday Nigerian that is a member of the BDC. And secondly, how does it operate in other parts of the world, knowing full well that when you travel with ease, you get the exchange for any kind of foreign currency you're looking for? Perhaps that is why we have termed it the black market. Whether you are certified by CBN or not, there's something really foggy about it. So how can we remove all of those? Because you spoke about the association, which is very important here. How does CBN now move in to ensure that there's no gap that will be filled by those people who already have the currency before this ban comes? Because definitely they still can trade in those currency.
Okay, so absolutely. For me, from countries I've been to, how it works, we have a lot of people exchanging money regulated by government. And there is maximum amount that is applicable. So if the official currency, for instance, in the case of UAE is 3.65, if that's the official rate, BDC would not charge beyond 3.68 or worst case 3.69. And it's almost everywhere. Now, the profit for them is in the number of people that are exchanging. As people are changing dirhams, they're also changing to the dollar. And once you change beyond $100, your information is taken either as a tourist, as a citizen, or as somebody with residency permit. Right. This is what I expect. But the number is not limited to 100. I could not count the numbers. Honestly, there are branches virtually everywhere on major streets. So that you are not, so when you have a lot of people, it becomes difficult for you to say you want to create monopoly or you want to create a black market. The market is not transparent. Where the market is not transparent, that is where darkness reigns. And that is what we have gotten ourselves to. Recall that this is not the first time we tried to stop BDC in Nigeria, by the way. And it's not the second time we tried to stop them. It's not the first time we're chasing them away from the street. The question is, after we have taken all those decisions, what else are we going to do to stabilize the market? Central Bank have just started, even I'm not sure we are, because I read the circular of the Central Bank saying that they are reviewing, you know, some of the things. So I understand the urgency of now, and I completely understand the place of urgency. But at the same time, are we sure that in the short term, which we have this gain? I remember I spoke with the two of you the last time I was here, and I said we have this short time, we need to start building the supply side. Unfortunately, the supply side, Mr. Cardoso and his team are completely left out.
The
Guess who should be there?
$20,000, Paul Alaje, the $20,000 that the Central Bank of Nigeria will be given to this recognized BDCs. What are the chances that we will not end up back where we used to be with round tripping?
No, one thing is,
how do you regulate that?
Okay,
and
so
ensure that,
technology can help us.
Great.
If we are not ready with technology fully, I tell you, we are going to go back to that, because I've seen this in my lifetime 1-2 times. This is the third attempt we're approaching this. But the game changer will be if 100% of those things will go via technology, where there can be a database where an independent body help the center, because Central Bank is overstretched. I don't think we have time to be looking at the data. The data will consume the institution. But we may have a separate body to audit who has been changing, what is the number. Recently, bank says bring your BVN. You know, we are getting gradually to the phase of harmonizing data. And I hope we have the energy to harmonize it. It's not just to have one paper called NIM, and it really does not mean anything, you know, to anybody. But if we can harmonize data, we can use the data to now fight corruption and to make progress as much as possible.
The Binance situation. I mean, we heard from Cardoso that $26 billion funneled through Binance without a trace. Very quickly, what do you make of that? And these arrests, how is it going to change the situation?
Well, I have a lot of concern. I've tweeted time and again about cryptocurrency and the risk attached. While people may say they have freedom to do whatever they want to do, the question is, where is Nigeria in all of this? I don't trade crypto. So, and I have my reasons for not trading crypto because of transparency and the implication. Here is it. How Nigerian authority says they have proof that $26 billion has been. That means maybe they have access to the Binance system. I don't have access to Binance system, so I really cannot tell how. But if truly $26 billion have gone into it, and I can tell you as somebody who understands market, it means that $26 billion, we have something close to or a bit below or above $26 billion that can come back to Nigeria, into the system. So how are we quickly able to recover such money? We're talking of $10 billion, very quickly, and I will anchor on this, $20 billion. I don't know how we came about that calculation of fining with $10 billion. I'm saying that if Binance have changed and have brought Nigeria on our news, yes, it's important for Nigerians to say, no, you cannot speculate on our currency to the point that is bringing all of us on our knees, but more importantly, such that Nigeria is not perceived as an impulsive nation, that, oh, this is the only one we can catch. This is the It used to be Aboki FX. Recall that Aboki FX went off the radar for some time, but now it's Binance. I'm only hopeful that the data will be correct, and we're going to see it. That is why, for those of us that monitors the economy, we are watching very carefully as to the response from Binance and what the central bank governor is saying, and we're not saying that we've settled it in the boardroom.
It's a good place for us to leave it tonight. Paul Alaje, many thanks as always.
Thank you so much for having me.